Hi everyone, and welcome back to the University. Today we have the next 4 hearings in the Raymond Tyrone Davis saga. We've got June 24th, 2020. Now there's a bar complaint against attorney Mueller. Then July 13th, motion to dismiss counsel. Again. July 20th, there was a medical continuance because again, now we've got COVID, so now Davis has COVID, and obviously that should take priority over everything. And then we have August 3rd, confirmation of counsel. And parts of this, in particular at the end of the July 13th hearing, I thought were fairly funny and horrible at the same time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you enjoy.
946-1, State of Nevada versus Raymond Tyrone Davis. Mr. Mueller is present. Mr. Davis is not present. He is in custody. However, we received notice today that he is in quarantine for 2 weeks, Mr. Mueller.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Strictly speaking, Judge, I'm not sure you have the authority to act. The case is up in front of the Nevada Supreme Court on a petition for en banc review. We've got a 5 or 6 page dissenting opinion from Judge Stiglitz in favor of Mr. Davis's position on the issue. So we went ahead and filed for en banc review. So the case is up still in front of the Nevada Supreme Court.
I think the problem we're going to have to deal with is because Mr. Davis filed a bar complaint against you, I don't know where that stands.
You filed a bar complaint?
What?
You filed a bar complaint?
That's what he said.
No, that's the nice thing about my line of work, the appreciative clients. So, yeah.
So I can handle things that aren't of a substantive nature.
It is hard to imagine, and I'm here to serve, Your Honor, as an officer of the court. It is hard to imagine anybody having any better luck with Mr. Davis. You've seen him.
So, yeah, that's probably accurate.
If the court is going to grant this motion, I'll submit it.
Unfortunately, so I want him to be here, but I think that once he's filed that against you, I don't know if I can keep you on, but why don't we deal with this when...
Well, I'm not fighting it. If you...
No, I know. I know.
He's made this motion before and you wouldn't let me off.
Right, I wouldn't, but I think the difference became when he filed the bar complaint. At that point in time, I think that there might be a material breakdown.
Well, there's a screening, and fortunately I've had very little dealings with the borrowers over the years, or the last 30 years, but there's a 2-level review. They filed complaints, Mr. Mueller's cavorting with aliens and plotting against me kind of complaints that they don't open files, and then when there's like serious allegation that needs to be investigated, complaints.
Agreed. So we'll come back in 2 weeks and deal with this.
All right, thank you, Judge.
July 8th, 7:15, or excuse me, July 8th, 10:15.
All right, thanks. I'm going to be out of town for the next intervening week and a half.
Sorry, so after that or before that?
That'll be fine, July 8th.
Will you be here on the 13th?
Yes, I will.
Okay, can we move it to the 13th?
July 13th, 10:15.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Ms. behalf, is that Ms. Clowers on behalf of the state?
If it's acceptable to state, Judge, I'll be more than happy to withdraw.
Okay.
If the courts will let me withdraw,
Collins is here, CFO.
Mr. Davis, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is your motion to dismiss counsel. We've gone through this several times with you. If you remember, you fired Mr. Mueller before, and then you represented yourself, and then you wanted to rehire him, and now you're asking for me to dismiss him again. We can't keep going back and forth with this, sir.
For the 8th time, I'm asking to dismiss Mr. Mueller.
Well,
For the 8th time.
yeah, that's kind of my point. So, since you went as far as filing a bar complaint against him, even though he's fought for you all the way up to the Supreme Court, I'm really left with no choice at this point in time. So I am going to grant your motion to dismiss counsel, and I will be appointing Adam Gill for your defense.
No, I don't want Adam Gill. I want to get my own attorney.
Okay, how long would you like to do that, sir?
Maybe next week I'll have another attorney.
All right, so you want to set a status?
I like to waive counsel and represent myself.
Maybe excuse your Honor.
Go for for it.
Thank you.
Mr. Davis, you and I have had this discussion before. You relinquished your right to represent yourself because of your actions during the last trial and the many outbursts and your refusal to follow any court procedures and rules.
Yeah, actions from 10 months ago do not give you the right to get rid of all my constitutional rights. I would like to waive my constitutional rights to counsel.
Okay, that's not happening.
If you would like to deny it, put it in writing, and then I can appeal it to the Supreme Court, where your case is already at.
Mr. Davis, this isn't the exact reasons why you can't represent yourself, because you don't follow any court rules and procedures. So don't tell me to put something in writing, because that's not your job. I'm the judge. You have a week to get counsel. Mr. Gill will be appointed in the interim. If you have counsel in a week, then you can. That counsel can sub in. We are done here. Mr. CO, please put Mr.
Do you even
Davis
have
back.
jurisdiction? Do you have jurisdiction?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Gill, meet Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah?
1 week.
1 week,
Okay,
please.
so that's July 20th at 10:15.
Thank you.
Thank you. 4-6, State of Nevada versus Raymond Davis. Mr. Davis is not present, is in custody at Clark County Detention Center. This is a medical, so I need sorry, not this one.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We need a 14-day date.
Yes, Your Honor. August 3rd, 10:15.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Ms. Collins on behalf of the state. Ms. CO or Mr. CO, was that Davis? This would be Mr. Gill.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stacey Collins on behalf of the state.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Davis is present via Blue Jeans in custody. The attorneys have made their representations. I think that this is actually on, it's on for confirmation of counsel. The calendar mistakenly says motion to dismiss counsel. That was when it was Mr. Mueller. So this morning it's on from matter set for confirmation. I just needed to make sure. Mr. Davis, did you have an alternative attorney that you hired that you want to confirm as counsel, sir?
I wasn't allowed to use the phone to obtain a lawyer. Also, I'd like to address the court, Your Honor. I filed a case against in the U.S. District Court, where it's case number 2.20-CV-0132-RFB-NJK. Davis versus Bluth. I filed a lawsuit against you, Your Honor.
Okay. What else did you want to say about that?
Yeah, well, I just want to make the court aware that I filed a lawsuit against you.
Okay. Alrighty, well that's
Yeah.
noted. So if you need an attorney, or if you want an attorney, for today, I can't have you sitting in jail without an attorney. So Mr. Gill is confirmed as your attorney. And then, if you hire someone else, then that person is more than welcome to substitute in. So we just need to set a calendar call and trial date.
I want to waive counsel. I want to exercise my constitutional right to waive counsel.
All right. So Mr.
On
Davis,
record.
you and I appreciate that you're putting it on the record, and you put it on the record before. You do have a right to counsel until you show that you can no longer represent yourself without disruption to the court. As I've explained before, you've had several outbursts. You had several outbursts in front of a jury multiple times throughout the jury trial. I noted this in writing in my order. So your request to represent yourself is denied. Mr. Gill will be
Your
your
Honor?
attorney. Nope, I'm not done. Mr. Gill will be your attorney until or unless you would like to hire an attorney of your own. So I need a calendar call and a trial date within 60 days.
Yeah.
Mr. Davis, are you still remaining in invoked status?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I will need a calendar call and a trial date in invoked status, and then I will need Mr. Davis's matter to go to the trial readiness program in about 2 weeks. So we will call Department 7 and make sure he gets a date so he can get onto that readiness stack. Yes, Mr. Davis.
Yes, Your Honor. Also, you keep on bringing up a trial that happened almost a year ago for my behavior. Obviously, there was mitigating situations in that, and I haven't had any outbursts. And in the court never disciplined me one time. What you consider outbursts, obviously getting loud or whatever and stuff like that, there's mitigating situations to that, and I think I should be allowed to represent myself. I don't think I disrupt the court so much. If I would have disrupted the court so much, you would have applied NRS 175.387 against me, but I never had no sanctions against me in court. So it seems to me like you're just appointing an attorney to me so you can direct my attorney what to do. And that, to me, doesn't sound fair. I do not qualify for state-appointed counsel.
Okay.
I am not indigent. I'm putting it on the record. I mailed it in. I am not indigent. If I was to get out of custody, I can get the money and I could pay for an attorney.
You've told me multiple times that you are indigent. You're
No,
right,
I
I
didn't.
didn't discipline you, but I did have to take multiple breaks. You fell to your knees in front of the jury. You said the F word, F the prosecutor, multiple times. You spoke directly to the jury when you weren't allowed to. And so I cannot be in trial another 2 weeks and then go into a mistrial because you can't behave yourself. That's not happening, okay? So if you would like to hire your counsel, I'm more than happy to confirm them as soon as they walk through those doors. For now, I would like the calendar call and trial date, and I need to move on to the next case.
Your Honor, again, I'm not indigent.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Davis.
6 days from today, Judge?
Yes, please.
Okay, calendar call is September 28th at 9:30. Jury trial October 5th at 10 a.m.
All right. Moving on, Mr. Gill, is that, no,
And
we need to, I'm sorry, Ms. Collins, go ahead.
Are we setting a date in District Court 7 so that we can make sure that we maintain that October 5th date in your department?
So, yes, they have a specific way of doing it, Ms. Collins. I am not allowed to give you the date in DC 7. I have to contact them after court so that
Okay.
I can make sure and get you guys on a calendar that matches their department. So I will email both you and Mr. Gill by the end of the day and let you know what date that is for DC 7.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, and then Mr. Gill, it looks like you also